There are also many other advanced developer features for customizing solutions. For instance, custom functions. These are great because you can actually make your own function. Think of the left and the right and the middle and the position and all those functions that are inside of FileMaker already. Well, you can make your own, and you base it off the existing functions. So why would you want to do this? Well, it makes it easy to reference that custom function. Rather than having this long calculation in your calculation field, you can reference a simple syntax like you'd see in the left function or the right function, because you made the syntax yourself and says, okay, pass this value into this part of the calculation, and so on. So that's really nice to be able to reference a complex calculation through a simple syntax. It also allows you to update your custom function very easily. Let's say that you have a custom function for formatting phone number fields, and you have a fax number and a mobile phone field and a work phone and a home phone, and maybe in several different tables. Well, if you need to make a change to that calculation, you go to one custom function and it flows through to all of the places where you call that custom function. So that's really great as far as efficiency. One of my absolute favorite features is custom menus. Now this slideshow here is done in FileMaker, so we can show you what I'm talking about by coming up here. All these menus may or may not be useful to your solution. Let's take this records menu for instance. You can go ahead and customize this however you want. You could completely remove the records menu and run everything through buttons. You could change what it says up here. Instead of records, it could say customers or clients or whatever you want it to be. You can change the name of the item here, the menu item. You can change the keyboard command. You can completely remove something like delete all records if you want. You can make it run a script instead of the regular command. And you can even, in fact, add your own menu in here that has nothing to do with the FileMaker menus. So this is just another way, in conjunction with buttons, to allow the user to work with your solution. And sometimes for things that aren't as common, well, you put them under the menus. Rather than putting 1,000 buttons here, you might put some menu items in there. Then one of my favorite features is copying and pasting schema. That means fields, scripts, script steps, and all kinds of things. In fact, in FileMaker Pro 11 Advanced, you can now copy and paste custom functions. So that's great. I use this all the time. So I'd highly recommend having the advanced version of FileMaker so you can do these things to make things more efficient. Just the ability to copy a table and paste it so you don't have to create all those fields if two tables are very similar. That's just going to save you tons of time. So let's talk briefly about FileMaker Server 11. We're not covering it in these tutorials, but I want to cover it briefly so you know why you would want to have this product. FileMaker Server 11 is a high-performance server software for teams of FileMaker client guests. In fact, it can serve to up to 250 clients. So that's a big jump from the regular FileMaker Pro. It allows you to maximize performance for larger groups. It's just going to be faster. Even if you only have 9 users, FileMaker Server is going to make it faster. It also has automation tools for backups and other administrative tasks. Now you're thinking, well, it's easy to do a backup. Well, think about this. If you want to make a backup of a live database, you have to go ahead and close it, make the backup, and then open it up again with the regular FileMaker Pro. FileMaker Server can do that backup while it's running. It's called a live backup. And there's tons of other administrative tasks which you really should look to the VTC tutorial on FileMaker Server 11 for all the details. It also has a log viewer with email notifications. It'll basically email you if something's happening with your server, some error happens. In fact, it'll even notify you if you have a backup running, so you know that backup ran. It supports XML and XSLT for custom web publishing, or PHP for custom web publishing, and it supports ESS, or external SQL data source. FileMaker Server 11 Advanced has all the features of FileMaker Server 11, but it increases the maximum number of guests to almost 1,000, 999. So that's great. If you have a much larger group of people, well, you can get up to 1,000 with the advanced version. It also supports ODBC and JDBC data sources. This is different than ESSS. It also supports instant web publishing with 100 simultaneous users. So take a look at all of these features and decide which one of these products you're going to need. Will you need FileMaker Server or FileMaker Server Advanced, or can you get by with just the regular FileMaker Pro? take a look at these slides. They're in the work files. You can open these slides up and just look at these slides and keep them on the screen and decide what you need.